Hey, how are you, everybody? It's your girl, Scott-Terrell. And I've just been thinking today about richness and wealth, well, being rich or wealthy. And I had a conversation with someone that I'm very close to today, family, that kind of prompted some thought and kind of irritated me a little bit, almost like a grain of sand in an oyster that becomes a pearl. So maybe this will be some pearls of wisdom for you. But I was just thinking about wealthy, and we talked about wealth versus poor, and some of the conversations I've had with this individual just has given me the impression that, she, basically came from absolutely nothing. I mean, struggling really terribly. And I thank God that that was not my experience. I grew up in a middle class home. Everything was stable. I grew up in the same house. There weren't any moving out and going from house to project to piddle to post to friends' couches. And it was just not a negative situation for me. It was a good situation. My parents were together until they weren't. And we traveled, and they exposed me and actually continue to expose me to the best of the best and the worst of the worst around the world, hotels and restaurants. And I've driven nice cars, I've driven crappy cars, I've worn some designer clothes. I'm not really into labels, I don't care about that. I've rocked some Walmart clothes, and people actually complimented me on those as well. It's not about what you wear, it's about what you look good in. But I just wanted to pose a question, or just kind of, not even a question, but some food for thought. What really is wealth? What does it mean? I mean, I ain't hating on nobody that has a lot of money. And if wealth is your portion, then God bless you. I only aspire to get to that point, but not because I want excess. I just want the comfortability that comes with being able to have access to money and not have to worry about things. But right now, I'm really not even at a point where I'm necessarily worried about things, but I'm not, at the point where I'm just wealthy, where I can go out and buy, you know, too much in excess or too much in extravagance. But, I'm comfortable, my bills are paid. But I just wanted to consider the fact that, is having money really all that we need to aspire to? Is that all that this life is about? I mean, when you roll over in bed and you have somebody that loves you laying next to you, you have your bills paid, you're in a comfortable environment, you're not getting beat up, you're not beating anybody, relatively safe in your environment, you have a job, or a business that's prospering, and you have the love and the peace that God intended for us to have. Is that not enough? Let's just stick your finger right there, and let's pause right there for a minute. The peace and love and joy and abundance that God gives, isn't that what we should aspire to have? Because at the end of the day, I know that the love of God can heal me. I know that the love of God can give me peace when I have encountered some kind of calamity or chaos in my life. But, millions of dollars ain't gonna comfort me in my bed at night. Having millions of dollars is not going to surround me when I want to be surrounded by people who love me and care about me unconditionally. So, being loved and showing love in return and receiving all of the abundance of peace and joy and the prosperity of having good health, having a stable mind, having the ability to make sound decisions, having a family that loves you. Consider that as being a gift. Consider that as being enough. Consider yourself as being enough. You're rich in being who you are, uniquely created for the things that you have been created to do, uniquely placed here to do a work, purpose to do a specific task. To me, that's wealth. To me, that's prosperity. Just wanted to give you a little food for thought. Give me your comments. Give me your feedback on that. What do you think, guys? Peace.